Today, school safety was top of mind for Governor Cooper. A state task force is preparing for the worst and working on strategies to keep it from happening at all. They went over a state action plan for school safety with the governor today. It came just hours before there was an increased police presence at North Mecklenburg High School today. WCNC Charlotte's Chloe Leshner has more.
Huntersville police was called here to North Mecklenburg High School after fights broke out between several students. This comes as state leaders work on solutions to violence in schools.
Review of what we did earlier.
Violence in schools. It's a worst case scenario state leaders are hoping to avoid, investing in resources to address the root of the problem.
Making sure we have more school counselors, school psychologists, school nurses, those wraparound services that can help our children who are facing mental health issues.
Governor Cooper met with the NC Task Force for Safer Schools Tuesday morning. Just hours later, Huntersville police were called to North Meck High after fights broke out. An obvious police presence when students left for the day. This comes a few days after CMS stepped up security at Friday night football games and weeks after a greater police presence was needed at a handful of schools, where CMPD said students may be linked to a drive-by shooting that killed a 3-year-old boy.
We want to prevent it from ever happening to start with. We also want to be able to respond quickly to it if and when it does happen. And then we want to be able to react to recover from it in the event that violence does occur in our schools.
Focusing on mental health, especially important now. The past 2 school years have been anything but normal for students.
Pandemic was trauma, and many students are dealing with the aftermath of that. We don't want it to result in violence.
Hickory schools had walk-through metal detectors at their homecoming game last night, and school officials say they worked well and no one complained about the added security. They're now looking into having them at other school and sporting events. In Huntersville, Chloe Leshner, WCNC Charlotte.